I gotta tell you, I'm not coming in hot. I'm coming in smooth. I was oiled up and received a massage today. As you can tell, I'm maybe not in. Maybe it's the combination of the massage, the relaxation, being told I'm carrying a lot of tension. In part because I'm a Twitch streamer. The hardest job on the planet. And also, I'm having my first cup of coffee. It's 2 p.m. and I'm having my first cup of coffee. That's insane. That's so late in the day. How much tension was caused by chat? I don't actually. I think my chat, not to grease y'all up and get you nice and buttery here, but I'd say that my chat's pretty good. Thank you. I'd say that you're all pretty darn good. The issue is that because of my line of work, I now engage with other people in this line of work, and they are causing me psychic damage. Like, my kingdom to be able to just log in, play Magic the Gathering, build somebody a cube, help somebody out with a deck, discuss new cards, all that stuff. Make a couple esoteric jokes, and then log off. That would be great. Just like 5 hours, half of it being a bit of a sardonic cunt, and then the other half being a wizard in these streets. And then I get to, and then we call it a day. Unfortunately, my line of work doesn't stop there. I have to engage in some capacity online, and that leads me to encounter drama about, the collector boosters, which is also the same drama. This is what, don't give anybody that uses Instagram. They're not getting into heaven. I don't believe in the Christian God, and I don't believe in the Christian heaven, but I do believe that if there is something out there, being on Instagram will shut those pearly gates. Anyways, let's do some Enchant Worldle. I can't even see if anybody's revolting against this. But I truly think that, like, I don't know. You gave more money to people on Instagram? That's cool. If it were me, I would give people that play the game, that encourage other people to play the game, money. But, can't all be Ben Batemans. I'm looking for a rare sorcery or land. Computer, disregard! Deserted Beach. How sick would it be if that was a one-shot? River Pyre Verge. Okay. Now that... Oh, Ferris Lake? No, is it a desert? It's a desert. I don't know what the blue-red desert is. Springs? Soured Springs. Oh, it's not from OTJ. Well, then what good are you? Oh, not Duskmourn. Oh, it's not Duskmourn. Pardon? Oh, is this a 3-color land? Is it a 5-color land? Abstergo? No, because it's not a legendary land. I'm just trying to figure, what is this? Mystery Booster? Bloom Burrow? A 3-tree city? Is there a card from Bloomborough a land from Bloomborough Commander? They really should have had the set code be BBL. What's from Senorita Margarita? What does this mean? Is it Misty Boosty 2? What was in Misty Boosty 2? Did they put a land in Misty Boosty 2? Oh shit, they put the oh, what the hell is it called? If you're on the play, it comes into play untapped. right? What the fuck does this mean, Jesse? Horizon. I also forget what this land is called. It's there's one from like the MH3 commander, Talon Gates. Assassin's Creed mini games. I'm pretty sure Forsaken Crossroads, is that? No, that's the... No, it is. It's from Misty Boosty 2. A rare land? Is this... This isn't the land I'm thinking of. Oh, what the fuck is this called? Was it Forsaken? Forsaken something, right? Forsaken Sanctuary? Forsaken City? No. I swear to God it was Crossroads, but why would it be an uncommon? It's from Misty Boosty 2? As a first printing? Huh? I think it's the do you remember the name of that alchemy land? The like alchemy land that if you're on the play it comes into play untapped. I'm gonna open up chat. Oh, is it a playtest card? Oh, that's not... No, that's not real. Playtest card. Oh, God. A land that's a playtest card? Demolition. Construction. Under construction skyscraper. Fuck! That's all I knew. That's all I knew. That's the only one that I knew. Is there a blue-red? I don't know playtest cards. These cards aren't real. And I certainly don't know them. I certainly do not know the ones from here. Like, these aren't real. Is it Maestro's Totally Safe Hideout? Nope. I feel like the people involved in this deserve like a small rock in their shoe. Like, I don't want a huge value town. Like, I feel like this is not... Like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? I know that I'm the goat that got the, like, mini game card. And, yeah, I'm going to hold that as a badge of honor. And I'm also going to hold the money that Wizards of the Coast gave us to make content for it. But this shit? Legal in vintage. Legal in vintage. I'm going to buy out Enchant Worldle. And then pay... I bet I could do this. We should probably see. Is there like a contact button? Draftaholics and Gas MTG. Wait, as in Gladiator Arena Singleton? Can I just buy this shit? Can I buy this and then get Angel to fix this? This makes me unreasonably angry. Not unreasonably angry. I have more to live than this, but you know, it's one of those things where I'm like, What are we doing here? Why are we here? Just to suffer? Return this. Return those cards to the battlefield. Semester. No, it's not semester's end. What the hell is this? Oh, Eerie Interlude. Okay, great. I feel like that soured my soup, and not in the way that I would like it to have been soured. For instance, if I went to a Chinese restaurant. Legendary creature that has an ability that says tap, add blank. Whenever a legendary creature you control enters, you may there's no creature type? Oh, it's an artifact. Excuse me, I don't know why I thought it was a creature. The artifact. It's a legendary artifact that adds a mana and cares about legendary creatures entering. I should know about this. Whenever a legendary creature you control enters, you may I feel like I should know this. And the fact that it's not jumping out to me is kind of maybe my brain's in the wrong place. There's so much text. And gets plus blank plus blank. I guess I didn't even check to make sure if it was the Iron Crag. Oh. No, I've had enough of your tomfoolery for today. I've had enough of this. Now I'm going to Scry Fog. Easy money. What? Oh no. Mudkip? That looks like a Mudkip. The saucer. The gold saucer. That Marvel card. The rings. 10 rings. Oh, is it the Ozolith? I think it might be the Ozolith. The way the filter on this, now I got, but the filter on this does make it look like it's a UB card. Like it's got the really shitty, weird kind of border. Okay, you got my ass, Scryfall, or whatever that game was. This is unbelievable. Anyways, who did I miss? Ixie Newton for the second month. Hi, Wheeler. If you had to choose 2 pre-modern decks to sit down with someone to show them the format, what would it be? I think that you should... Now, my tune on pre-modern has changed a little bit. It's changed. I would say that you should play blue-white land still and like mono-red burn. Because those are decks that are of the era, certainly use cards that are iconic, but also you're not, like, I feel like pre-modern kind of gets into this, this isn't really an issue with pre-modern, this is my issue with pre-modern, is that it's a really cool format to talk about, to share cards with, and when people are on the same page and not playing top tier. I think top tier pre-modern is not the best thing in the world. It's fine, but like it's one of those it's one of those things that when playing it, I kind of realized like, oh, Magic wasn't better back then. I was just young. Oh. Yeah, very much like Pokemon 99, I will say. I imagine my tune would be a little different. That's exactly what we want to play, not top tier pre-modern. Yeah, when you get a little goofy with it, then it gets pretty fun. That's for sure. Do I need German FBB basics? Got hundreds. Wotosh, thank you for the kind offer. I don't use FBB basics. I'm actually slowly trying to convert all my basic lands into beta. It's a very slow trudge towards the end goal, but I think it's doable. Speaking of goals and doing it, we're gonna build a cube here. So Camshe reached out to me, and I'm gonna read most of their message, but without, you know, divulging into any personal information. They said, hi Weather, and then I said, that's not my name, and they said, apologies. They said, hi Wheeler, my brother and I are looking to build a cube, and we've never built one before, so we're open to suggestions and recommendations. Our current idea is a Lorwyn Eclipsed Cube with original Lorwyn, Morningtide, Shadowmoor, and Eventide cards included there where they can help support the archetypes or simply make the cube more fun. They kind of said, like, we're unsure to go for 360, 450, 540, whatever. And they're just going to be drafting it with 8 people, so they want to figure out what, you know, they want to do. I gave them a pitch of, like, I can make this cube for you. And I have this offer. This is going to be in part of me restructuring the Patreon because, one, I just don't have as much time. I certainly don't have time to do the 1v wheelers. And I would like to maybe have it more, what's the word I'm looking for? I just want there to be a procedure for this, a more ingrained procedure. But I was like, hey, I could build this cube for this amount of money. I could build this cube and stream it for this amount of money. And they're like, let's go with streaming it. And I'm like, great, let's stream it. I got an idea of what to do. I have some thoughts in mind. Let me kind of lay these out and see how you're feeling. And so my thoughts are a couple. They've changed a little bit, but they're working within their metrics, basically, their lines. Is that they're looking for it to primarily be Lorwyn Eclipsed, right? We have a bunch of Lorwyn cards. We have a bunch of Shadowmoor cards and all that. I don't know the people that didn't play in these sets. Look at this shit. Look at these cards. Now, some of them pretty cool. Actually, you know what? Alphabetically, Eventide looks pretty good. Fuck. Okay, hold on. Eventide looks pretty good. I mean, Chaotic Backlash is not great. A 5-mana instant that deals damage to target player equal to twice the number of white or blue permanents they have. Completely unplayable against a bulk of the game. Fuck, Eventide's got some bangers. What? Where's the shash? Where's the shisha? Damn it. Okay, hold on. Wait. wait. Shadowmoor, though? Look at this. 6 mana 4/3 that as long as you get another as long as you have another black creature, it becomes a 5/4. This is what I'm looking for. This is the kind of shit I'm looking to say, huh? What? So thankfully, they're looking for a cube that is primarily Lorwyn Eclipsed. I think we can deliver that solely off the back of most of the cards from Shadowmoor and Lorwyn Block are terrible. They're real bad. Like, there are some pretty, even if they are functional, some of them are really bad. This is a 5-mana 0/4 that prevents damage, does so by untapping. This card is simultaneously terrible and too good. It's like most of the time it's too slow, real bad, does nothing. And then the instances where it does something, it makes no sense. It's incredibly confusing to people that haven't played with a lot of damage prevention, which is, yeah, it sucks. Also, it's like going to combo in some way, shape, or form. So we can thankfully kind of fulfill the first ask of have it primarily be Lorwyn Eclipsed, just off the back of Lorwyn Eclipsed has some pretty good magic cards. These cards are pretty strong. They are obviously a lot newer. Original Lorwyn was almost 20 years ago. And so we have, it's almost 20 years old. So we have a little bit of flexibility in terms of like making sure that we have flexibility in that if it's from Lorwyn Eclipse, it'll be okay. Like it'll play better, so we can throw it in. Which means that we really just need to figure out what cards we're adding from the other sets. Now there are some Lorwyn Eclipse cards that we need to take out or that we might want to swap because some of these cards are better than, like some of the commons are better than some of the rares. And that would be an interesting swap to make. Some of the themes are not necessarily shared from Lorwyn Eclipse and the older Lorwyn Block, so we can look to deal with that. I think there's going to be a fine line as well, because I don't want it to necessarily be like you're drafting Lorwyn Eclipse, but occasionally you can open a Shadowmoor rare or like an Eventide rare. I don't think that's particularly interesting. Thank you for putting an avatar token here. I said Lorwyn, not avatar. They were talking about the breakdown of the cube. I said I think 450 is going to be better than 540. One of the issues with these kind of cubes, especially if we're looking to have a very specific number of cards, like from a set, very specific set of parameters, I guess is what I should say, is once you get to 540, then we're really going to lose on that theme, right? Like if we are looking to push the Lorwyn Eclipse cards, let's say we just load this up and say, yep, every single creature that was in ECL and ECC gets added. So we add 27 white creatures. I have a breakdown for 540. We are looking to have about 42 to 46 mono white creatures. The hybrid cards are going to change this a little bit too. The hybrid math is always a little wonky, which actually reminds me I need to make this a hybrid mana window, I think. But yeah, like we can, if we're looking to hit that metric for 450, we could do so by just saying like every mono white creature is in here. And now we need an extra 15 or so creatures. So over half of our creatures, our white creatures, are going to be from ECL, meaning that your draft experience is going to be primarily ECL. You will see other stuff popping up, but there will be a hand-picked selection of creatures from the other sets. If we went up to 540, we're talking like, what is it? Like an extra 6 to 9 creatures per color on average. It depends on what you're doing with the 540, of course. With all cubes, it just depends on what you're trying to capture. But for a cube like this, it's going to be, we're adding an extra 10 creatures or so. And those 10 creatures are not coming from ECL. They're going to be coming from here because we've exhausted our creature count for ECL. Which means that it dilutes the primary theme. So if we keep it 450 instead of 540, we get to have a bunch of ECL cards, set the theme. We get to then pick which cards from original Lorwyn Block and etc. That we want to add to supplement the ECL theme. And we don't really dilute anything. Like we get more control on this, and we get to have a better look at this. And there's also just diversity, because if you're drafting an 8-player cube, you're going to need 360 cards, 360 minimum for 3 packs of 15. And so 450 means that sometimes there will be cards absent from the draft. But I think that's okay. Like, I think we can get away with reinforcing themes and having it set up so that if you are, because this is undoubtedly going to be typo oriented, right? I want you to be in a Kithkin typo deck, and Champion of the Clockland is not in the cube, and that's okay because you found your Cloud Goat Ranger or whatever, right? Like, just because one of them is in the cube means the other one isn't going to be in the cube. And I want you to have an experience where you don't feel like an idiot because you got into Kithkin and it's pack 3 and you haven't seen this champ. And you're like, oh, I don't have a top end. And it's like, well, you'll have a top end because you got reinforcements from like Cloud Goat Ranger and Thistle Down Liege and friends. Yeah, that also reminds me I should put the hybrid one. I wanted to put the hybrid one. Is that why I was doing this? Block this. I think I'm going to do this. So this is where I just want to see all the hybrid ones. We got Lorwyn Eclipse, we got ECC, and we got Shadowmoor. And we got Lorwyn. Show me all these. No, I don't want and. I want is. Lorwyn. Eventide. Morningtide. Shadowmoor. One of the other things that I want to do. Is plus hybrid. Is hybrid isn't what? Wait, why is hybrid ignored? Has hybrid? Invalid expression. Oh, because I typed higher bid? Well, now you're telling me. Great. Thank you. That's important. Spelling is so important. Okay. So I have a breakdown of what I'm looking to hit. I'm looking to hit this is going to be a pretty straightforward breakdown with more rigidity in the Wooburg section. With colorless lands, multicolor cards, that's more just like, are these cards cool? If so, we can add them and then kind of work around those thresholds, right? I think that when you go to 450, more lands is better. That is my take, because if you have more lands in 450, getting the like a lower land count for 450 means that there are some drafts where just by distribution, you might not have enough lands for players to make relevant decisions with their mana base, which is very important for a format with hybrid cards and a theme of colors. And so having more lands means that even if you do a 450 draft with like half of the lands are gone because there's an increased number of the lands, you got a bunch of them. And if you have a ton of lands in the cube, one of your drafts, there's so many lands running around, that's okay, because then one person can be like, I'm going to just draft lands and the good cards I see, they kind of skirt around the themes. So 70 white creatures, 70 blue creatures, 70 black creatures, 55 hamburgers, 70 red creatures, 70 green creatures. Or no, that's not shit. I need my second cup of coffee. I am so zoning out. 70 white cards, 70 blue cards, 70 black cards, 70 red cards, 70 green cards. 42 to 46 creatures in white, 40 to 44 creatures in blue, 40 to 44 creatures in black, 44 to 48 creatures in red, 48 to 52 creatures in green. This can change a little bit because we are playing a cube with a lot of typo synergies, and so blue, typically a color that is looking to have more spells, instants, and sorceries, you're going to be like shifting those numbers a little bit, right? Because I want to get like the region here and all that. Hamburgers fucked them up. I did go to my parents' house for family dinner, and they made burgers. And I don't eat a lot of beef anymore, and I think that burger fucked me up. I think the burger that I had that I had this morning may have fucked me up, but that was a chicken burger. Brussels sprouts and chicken pot pie? No, don't do it. You're doing the sprouts a disservice. Chicken pot pie, onion, carrot, pea, corn, potato. Call it a day. You can also swap some of those stuff. You can cut onion if you don't want onion or if you're allergic to onion. I'm saying that to get brownie points with my partner. You could do green beans instead of peas. I think those are kind of tasty too. But I feel like the sprouts are really gonna, they're just gonna kind of show up, and sprouts are at their best when you make them a star. Is Angel a no onion person? Yeah, she's allergic to onions. It's rough for her, Like onions are everywhere. Okay. Let's just crack into this cold one. Actually, I want to look at this. I think I want to also look at hi. Meow. Nice type land. Meow. Alder, did you just meow at me? Damn, that's a lot of colorless cards. Holy sheesh. I mean, we could start with colorless cards because these cards kind of stink. Like, nobody's going, oh, no altar golem? It's just onions and leeks. Garlic is okay. Garlic is okay. Hi, Mulder. Yeah, you're very cute and excited. I'm going to grab my second cup of coffee, and we're going to start working on this cube, and we'll have some fun, and we'll learn to love. Yeah, we'll learn to love. Also, as a bonus, if we get through this with enough time, we'll be able to update the one drop cube. But I don't know if we'll be able to do that. All right, let's talk colorless cards. So some of these colorless cards are big dookie butt dog water. And that makes it easy on me. Oh, I forgot to mention. I'm also including some cards that are from Lorwyn that are not originally released in a Lorwyn set. So, like, I think Dine-In is pretty cool. Should probably be in here. I think Feybloom Trick is pretty cool. Dine-In. Like Flamekin Village is the GOAT. Guildleaf Winnower, pretty cool. There's some cool stuff. So I want to include some of these. Horrid Shadow Spinner. Ooh. Nissa. Get out of here. Get out of here. If I don't add Scuttlemutt, you'll cry? I mean, I like Scuttlemutt. Scuttlemutt might get in here. It's a nice, like, hey, everybody, let's work together kind of card. No, yeah, Flamekin Village was in the mono red Commander 2014, something like that. Working on a cube where you give them one of the companions at random and then have to draft something around it. That's kind of cool. I think Angel drafted a companion cube at CubeCon. Colorless creatures, Changeling Wayfinder is something I want to have. This card is really cool. I'm considering, this is going to be a singleton cube. I'm considering just having like 4 Changeling Wayfinders. Like, this card rips ass. This is one of the cards where I'm like, I think we should always have one in the draft. You know? How many people drafting this set? It's going to be an 8-person draft. It's just a cool role player. It's cute. It's powerful. It fits into synergy. Like, this card is just so great. I will put Scuttlemutt as well. But like, a lot of these scarecrows are kind of bad. Like the -1/-1 counter cards are kind of bad. Rooftop Percher. Okay. I do want to put Grim Poppet because I think Grim Poppet is really cool and genuinely kind of powerful. Grim. Hello, Poppet. Hello, Mulder. Get over here. Oh, Bubba. Oh, Bubba. Get on camera. The people want to see you. Who's that lady? She's my baby. ECL had a lack of flyers, so Percher was quite strong. Well, you'll never believe what adding cards from other sets will allow us to do. Oh, isn't that nice? I'm sorry for moaning into the microphone. Well, am I? Am I? All right. Right now, 4 Changeling Wayfinder, Scuttlemutt, Rooftop Percher, and Grim Poppet. Pretty cool and good. Oh, and I forgot to get out ahead of everything that's about to happen here. I'm going to be putting these cubes on Moxfield, and then I'm going to be putting them on Cube Cobra. It's so funny. I like Cube Cobra. Don't get me wrong. I've been using it for a while. I was a big Cube Tutor user as well back in the day. I've been making cubes for longer than a lot of people here have been playing Magic the Gathering. Before you even knew what a fucking cube was, dog. And I gotta tell you, I tried to do something on Cube Cobra. Like, I've heard that Cube Cobra is making pushes towards their UI being easier to navigate on mobile, and you'll never guess what I tried to do. I tried to do something on Cube Cobra on mobile, and none of it didn't work. It just, I tried to do the most basic thing, which was add a cube and paste text to the cube, and it just was like, no, I'm good. I don't have that problem with Moxfield. Not to mention a lot of what we do, because who knows, maybe we'll draft this on Friday Night Paper Fight. A lot of this, a lot of the Magic stuff I do involves loading ready run. And Paul likes Moxfield, and I like making Paul happy, baby. Dawn Blessed Pendant. I draft a bit of ECL, and I don't recall this card being too prevalent. It's okay. I mean, the fact that you can choose one of a bajillion things is kind of cool. I like Springleaf Drum. It was nice for recursion, especially for the elf decks. That's true. When this artifact enters draw, I legitimately have never seen this card. When it enters draw a card, then choose a color, this artifact becomes the chosen color. I swear to fucking God, I have never seen Puka's Eye. I have never seen Puka's Eye. What? 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 I'll add the pennant because, again, we're looking to really flesh out ECL. If there are cards, this is where I may need to rely on some of y'all, is that if there are cards that just legitimately did not show up in draft, then it would be very helpful to let me know, because even though they're from ECL, if they weren't part of the average draft experience, then I don't want to include it. I played a ton of Puka's Eye. It was fun. Okay. That's worth hearing. I drafted a lot of the Vivid deck. Like, I did, 10 drafts of this set? Maybe more? And I just didn't... I just never encountered this card. But I'll include it because, well... I mean, at the worst case, Ontario, it's a nut. And it kind of gives something that people can draft towards. I think maybe this card is going to be a little more enticing in a cube environment, where you can, kind of sit down. Your first 5 picks are just good stuff cards. And you're like, actually, you know what? I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to freaking do it. I'm just going to freaking do it, Mulder. Stalactite Dagger. Stalactite Dagger. And a Furdock Core. Moonglove Extract. Wickersmith. Whenever one or more -1/-1 counters are put on a creature, put a charge counter on this artifact. Tap to add 1 mana of any color. Pay 5 taps, sack this artifact, and make a bunch of scarecrows where X is number of charge counters. That's kind of fun. Because this is like a... this is just a Manolith, which is going to be relevant, but it's a Manolith that you could play in a deck that cares about -1/-1 counters. I think that's neat. Wickersmith's Tools. Also, lets us take advantage of the fact that we don't care that it's from a commander product. If it plays pretty reasonably in 1v1, and the floor is a Manolith in a format that has a lot of options for going multicolor, great. Chronicle of Victory. Past that Chronic. What? Coal of Victory? Cauldron of Souls. Too good or weird face on a pot? As long as this equipment is attached to a creature, the first time... I feel like Mirrormind Crown doesn't make the cut. Chronicle of Victory I could see, though. Crown was real bad. Yeah, I feel like ultimately, if what we can do is look to replicate an experience of drafting this set with Singleton, right? The experience of drafting the set, but instead of there being a card like Mirrormind Crown, you get like Grim Poppet. So there's a genuine conversation to have, right? That's kind of exciting. Wait, hold on. Is there an infinite loop with Wickersmith's Tools and Grim Poppet? Oh, Grim Poppet says remove a counter, put a counter on another target creature. All right. We can't go infinite. All right, you got me. Okay, you got me. Okay, I think that's good. That's 15. That's what our target was. We're kind of missing out on some of the like dolmen gates and stuff, but I don't know. These weren't really... I do have the advantage of having played these limited formats a little bit. Like Triple Shadowmoor, I drafted a bit. That's one of the sets where I feel like Angel and I lived on different planets. Because you speak highly of Triple Shadowmoor, is that correct? Angel liked Triple Shadowmoor. I liked triggering Intimidator Initiate, paying 1 generic mana to make it so that your creature can't block. And that's what I like doing. Doesn't matter what the fuck I played and what you played. Nobody's blocking. Especially not you. Okay, so the colorless cards are pretty good, right? I feel this is our colorless breakdown. We got 4 Changeling Wayfinders, a Grim Poppet, a Rooftop Percher, a Scuttlemutt. We got the Chronic. What? Coals of Victory. Dawnblessed Pendant, Furdock Core, Gathering Stone, Puka's Eye, Springleaf Drum, Stalactite Dagger, and Wickersmith's Tools. I'm on Angel's side. Shadowmoor draft was fire. Well, of course you're on Angel's side. Do you really want to be on the wrong side of history? I mean, truthfully, you know, she has the she could be wrong. I'm trying to like very gracefully navigate this. Well, I mean, hold on. She could be wrong. Okay, I want to look at lands. Type land. I don't actually care about the color in here. What do we have for a mana? Oh, we have filter lands. Filter lands are kind of fun. We got vivid lands too. Okay, so for lands, let me pull up my little skeleton here. I'm looking for 35 to 45 lands. I'm gonna make a Tarkir cube like this. I think Tarkir cube would be kind of cool. You know what would be hard work, but a cool experience for a Tarkir cube? Getting to do the actual factual, like, you draft your cons, you draft your Fate Reforged, then you draft dragons. Ooh. Okay. Not to brew another cube while we're talking about a cube here. What if we do for a Tarkir cube, what if 4 players have past and 4 players have future? And so when they sit down, they get 5 packs of 8. Or what is it? 8 packs of 7? Is that what it is? It's 8 packs of 7. And you draft, if you're in a past seat, you get a cons pack, Fate Reforged, Dragon, TDM. And if you're in the future, you get cons, Fate Reforged, Dragon, TDM. I don't know, just kind of tying in the theme, like looking to pull it together. I think that just drafting a cons cube would be cool and good. But also, I think it's cool to get a little wacky with it. That's the beauty of cube. All right, let's add the lands. 35 to 45. The filter lands, I mean, we have 39 lands here. I feel like a lot of them are going to make it. Certainly the vivid lands. So Vivid Grove, a Vivid Marsh, Vivid Meadow, Vivid Creek, Vivid Crag. The Hideaway lands, Windbrisk Heights. Even though the black Hideaway land is terrible. I mean, the Hideaway lands are iconic, but there's only one good one. You know? The filter lands I kind of like. Wooded Bastion. I think lands in Cube are mostly about function rather than, you know, like you want to meet expectations, but also you just mostly want people to play Magic the Gathering. Is what I would say. Clive's Hideaway. Rugged Prairie. I mean, I bet we could get it so that we have some combination of lands here. Mystic Gate that really harken back to some like iconic experiences. Like Springjack Pasture will get in here. Don't you worry. Flooded Grove, Firelit Thicket, Fetid Heath, Cascade Bluffs. I'm missing one. Oh, I'm missing the Cairns, Graven Cairns, because technically Graven Cairns was printed in what's its nuts. So for this, I actually don't want first printing. Oh, it's gonna tell me all the product. No, I'm getting rid of ECC because we just want Abundant Countryside. I think Abundant Countryside is kind of cool, but I don't want to look at the Ancient Ziggurat and Friends. Oh yeah, there's Shocklands in here. Oh my god. Cool. Blood Crypt. I mean, it's not all of them, right? It's just like, oh, they do the weird thing. They have the weird spread of them, right? They only have 5 of them. That's a little annoying. That's a little annoying. Can we include typo lands? I mean, we could. Question is, do we want to? They're probably fine to include. Again, it's like the experience kind of trends to wanting to play these cards, even though they're not great. But there's one for basically every tribe. Evolving Wilds. For every type, rather. It feels weird to have 5. I mean, for the cube, it feels weird to have 5 of these. Did you see the brief moment a few months ago where Windbrisk Heights saw Legacy play? Oh, is it with the like cheating Emrakul into play? I've seen the mono white Convoke deck before. Murmuring Bosk. Bosk gets in. The Bosk. Reflecting Pool might be kind of fun. Secluded Glen. The Reflecting Pool is like kind of a do nothing for unless you're already doing the thing. In limited, that is. Glen. Wanderwine Hub. Gilt Leaf Palace. We could have multiple copies of Evolving Wilds too. Might be good. Just have 4 copies of Evolving Wilds. Gets us up to 27. A D&T variant with Chancellor, 4 Chancellor, and 4 Angel Making MDFC. Whoa. Okay. Oh, and Legacy. Oh, damn. That's kind of sick. I saw a super sick mono white Bomberman Legacy deck that was like played Agatha's Soul Cauldron with Walking Ballista and like Leonardo and Destined White Mage or whatever. Like all the, there are these like life linkers that say whenever they deal damage, you gain life. And so you would just like activate the cauldron to put the counter on them and then ping someone and then lifelink and everybody claps and then you get the key to the city. Follow me, set me free. Mutavault. Trust me and we will escape from the city. I mean, I'll put in Reflecting Pool. It's a card that is going to be valued more by some drafters than others. Maybe we should just have all of the lands, you know? Yeah, with Leo. Leo? We could just have 5 shock lands. Like they do show up in the draft environment. We're at 30 right now. I could add the hideaway lands, but they're pretty bad. I do like this Flamekin Village. Flamekin Village is pretty cool. Primal Beyond is pretty funny. We could just call it 30, but I feel like we'd want more. Like I feel, honestly, I think just having the shock lands is probably okay. Ultimately, this is like the simultaneously the least important part, because the part of cubes that people care about the least are going to be the lands, right? They care more about what spells they're casting, and what archetypes they're drafting. And you have the anchor of, well, they put in a couple of these lands, so you could see the other 5 in here, right? They put in Overgrown Tomb. There's got to be a Sacred Foundry on Lorwyn, right? And it's just, if it's just servicing the mana base, then I think that is okay. So I think I'm going to do that. And if they want to change it, they could change it. They could change it. Hallowed Fountain, Watery Grave, Temple Garden, Blood Crypt, Stomping Ground, Godless Shrine, Overgrown Tomb, Tigger ordering additional condiments at his shawarma place. Fuck, where was I? Breeding pool, steam vents, and then what did I miss? What did I miss? What did I miss? Did I get the overground tomb? I did. I got the godless shrine, breeding pool. I didn't put the sacred foundry. Oh, good tomb joke. Thank you so much. I should make some tomb. Some tomb and some pickled turnips. Or you can make pickled parsnips. Whatever. Some pickled root vegetable. All right. That gets us up to 55. Let's add the cards, shall we? This is where we're going to add the cool cards. Any tips for building a first cube? I would like to build a Final Fantasy set cube. Yeah, I got a couple of tips, Dushki. The easiest one being, don't be afraid to copy. Like, you can, I'm sure there are other people with Final Fantasy cubes. If you look up like a Final Fantasy cube, you could probably find someone's cube. And you could be like, damn, this is how they built it. But I don't want to include this, or I don't have, I want the budget to be under this, or that kind of thing. But you can use somebody else's cube as a framework for that. Especially if your theme is very centered. Like if you're just saying, this is a Final Fantasy cube. The cards in it are from Final Fantasy, right? Secondly, if you feel like you want to put together a cube, you probably want to play Magic the Gathering and have a good time with your friends, right? Because of that, you get control of the cards that you put in the cube, and you get to decide whether or not cards actually lead to a fun experience, right? You shouldn't necessarily build it around everything you like to play in Magic. You can, but like there are some spots where you're like, hey, this card is miserable. I want people to draft. Like, that's a feature of Cube that I think a lot of people ignore, is that you get to say no. You don't just have to go, well, it's in this, like, it's a card in Final Fantasy, I gotta include it, right? When we did the Lord of the Rings Cube, I didn't put in the One Ring. Angel and I didn't put in Orcish Bowmasters. Because those cards were probably going to be fucking miserable to play with or against. Even if Bowmasters itself maybe didn't lead, maybe Bowmasters would have been fine, but it's just the kind of card that it acts as a reminder, and that's not what people are drafting this for, right? By the way, the VOD for that is up on YouTube. Check it out. That cube was a lot of fun to draft. I really enjoyed drafting that cube. I'd love to draft it again. It's exciting. It's cool to be like, here's this idea for a cube. I wanted to try and have this play experience. Put it together, draft it with people. Fortunate enough that the Loading Ready run offices are effectively the, like, what is it, Dutton, Ohio? Where the place in the American Midwest that a bunch of fast food companies use as their, like, testing ground. The LRR offices effectively capture that for an LGS. Because you have the fucking, I'm going to try to min-max and try hard. There, that's me. I mean, I don't try to try hard, but it's just, it just, you know, I want to draft cool deck that does well, so I'm going to do that. You have the people that always draft the same thing. You have the people that have the tendency to draft one way or another, but they're flexible in what they pick. You got the people that go, hey, wouldn't it be funny if blank happened? It's great. And it turns out that that cube, the cube is a ton of fun. Why am I not using Scryfall's deck list feature? Because I have a way that I like to do this, and I've been doing it this way for so goddamn long, and I'm not going to change it. And min-maxing how I make my decks to save an extra minute, an extra 5 minutes or whatever, that's missing the point. I don't build decks and put together things on Moxfield or whatever, because I'm trying to do this a task as efficiently as possible. I do it because I like to do it. And you know what? It's cool. I got a way I like to do it. I like to throw on music. I like to have a nice cup of coffee and go, World Gorger Dragon Thassa's Oracle combo. And then put it together slowly and inefficiently. I don't build decks. No, there's not supposed to be music. OBS did some update and it's dog water, and I can't actually... I don't think I can split the audio tracks while I'm currently recording and while I'm live. So you're just going to have to deal with my thoughts, your thoughts, and the ambient noise surrounding you. You could put on your own music if you really want music. This is like a general to the rest of people. It is kind of a bummer. I was going to put on some Joanna Newsom. I feel like she kind of captures this Lorwyn vibe. Not just because she kind of has this elf vibe. Not like, I'm not saying she's racist. Anyways, let's add some cards here. Is this... Oh, I mean, this part's kind of cool. If I get to drag and drop. I don't really know if I want belonging. But I certainly want some of these. Oh, fuck. Oh, do you mind if I flex but also show off that I'm a dumbass? Is that okay? Can I flex and show off that I'm a dumbass? I still need to get the original artwork for Burden Stoneback framed. Hey, Angel. What are you doing tomorrow morning? You want to come with me to pick out a frame for the original art of Burden Stoneback from Lorwyn Eclipsed? Thank you. Anyways. I was supposed to do this before Amsterdam, but obviously some stuff happened. So the dumbass part of me is, what do you mean you haven't gotten that framed yet? And then the flex is, that's what's up. Does Angel live with me? Unfortunately, no, not yet. We have this thing called government that gets in the way. It's this stupid whole, ooh, I'm from Canada and she's from America, and for some reason that's a crime. Actually, it's not a crime, but you know. Okay, I gotta level with you. This part's really easy. This is not really how I build decks, but this is really helping. Maybe I'll change how I do this. This is not helpful for me if I'm going off the dome, but it is helpful for, you know, helpful for this exact kind of deck configuration. I do want to look at the hybrid cards too, because hybrid cards are interesting. I mean, we could have it set up so that there's a certain amount of hybrid cards per color. We can basically, like, how many hybrid cards are there per color? Some colors are going to have more hybrid cards than others. We can treat some of these cards as being in certain colors than like not. Like, is Augury Adept is blue-white, but this card gets a lot more value off of being a white creature. So, like, I think we're going to put Augury Adept into our count of white creatures. It's going to come out in the end looking a little different, but at the end of the day, as long as we have 450 cards, we're going to be golden. Maybe that's actually a push to make the gold cards first, because the gold cards are going to include... Yeah, maybe for this set we should do gold before we do anything else. I could see doing that. I want 50 gold cards, but some of these gold cards are more gold than other gold cards. Gold is going to help determine archetypes. Get it twisted. Archetypes are the least necessary thing for cube drafting. This is my hot take. I don't actually think you need to build with archetypes in mind. Like, I think you can just draft cards and use them and have fun. You should have archetypes in some way, shape, or form, but like, rules are for beginners. And people that are brand new to the game already ignore archetypes. We got 5 archetypes in here primarily. Oh, giant baiting will get in here. People get way too attached to archetypes and heuristics. Absolutely right. Have you been, I mean, chances are a lot of you have been on the internet. Like, that's all it is. What archetype are you? Yeah, let's focus on gold. Let's do gold because I think it would be more interesting to put together gold. Deep channel. Now because my gold count was 50 to 60, and we could do 60, so that's 6 per color. But I imagine that's not going to be the case. I imagine we're going to be looking at and if I do multicolor, I care more about just any color. So maybe this is one where I want to front load the ECL and then go for the other ones. Where did I get these MTG shirts? Dungeon Runes, but they don't stay around for a while. Okay, let's try that. If we say 6 per, but like, well, hold on. I want to see, because 1, 2, 3, 4, because like there's obviously a lot of blue white, a lot of blue black. There's not going to be a ton of red green. There's 1 red green card. There's 3 red green cards. I kind of want all of them. So maybe that's what we base it off of. I'm surprised there's only 4 green white cards. It's just a bunch of merfolk. Okay, so ECL has 4 blue white, 3 blue black, 4 red black, 3 red green, 4 green white, 4 black white, 4 red white or red blue, and 1 million green black. Although it inflated because this card's here. 5 black green, 5 Boros. This is an interesting breakdown. This is an awfully hot coffee pot. We'll look to the multicolor cards too, like the 3-color plus cards. Okay, so if we're looking at 3 ECL cards being the low count, 4 for here, 3 for here. I mean, we could say for some of these, we only have, like, do we want to weigh them so that we look at 5 colors that have 7, so that gets us 35, which means that we have 25 left, and then the other have 5. So 5 of these have 7, and then 5 of them have 5. That's kind of neat. That's a pretty reasonable distribution. We're not necessarily trying to make this an even split across everything. Again, it just kind of pans out to that with the colorless cards and stuff. Like, we're not actually leaving some of these colors in the dirt. It's just reflecting the theme of the cube. Okay, so like blue white gets 7 cards for sure. So Deepway Navigator. Wait, I can drag and drop again. So Deep Channel Duelist, Deepway Navigator, Eclipsed Marrow Sky Swimmer. And then that means, because this covers the hybrid stuff already, means we get 3 blue-white cards from the olden days. I think, oh, Silkbind Fairy, my beloved. Thistledown Liege is pretty cool and good. I like Sig. This is going to be interesting because now I have to play against my personal interests. I like Mist Meadow Witch. Mist Meadow Witch is a very powerful magic card, very vulnerable magic card. Hybrid, but not actually hybrid. So I wonder if we can include that. It is something where if you look at this as primarily a white card that splashes blue, that's kind of interesting. Could be, I mean, obviously could be blue splash white, but white green is more established in ECL than blue green, in that white green has the Kithkin. And so blue green and green giving some more fixing just by the nature of it being green means that this card is like kind of green white, which works with the Kithkin. It's green white splashing blue. Augury Adept I like, just because I like this card a lot. It's also kind of cool when you get to play these old rares that are pretty interesting. Curse of Chains. Like, I don't know if we should have Sig, because Sig might just be too powerful. I don't really want, like, this old, like, because this guy just shows up and says, hey, here's Island Walk, a thing that doesn't show up, and here's Instant Speed Protection, which also doesn't show up. Augury Adept is just like a creature, you know? Yeah, I like Aether Toe. Aether Toe is kind of sick. And then Silkbind Fairy is kind of fun, but if we can avoid the untap symbol, that's probably pretty nice. Thistledown Liege, pretty strong. Like maybe more of an emphasis on the hybrid cards. Curse of Chains, kind of nice. For these cubes, I don't hate adding a little more removal, especially if some of the added cards are going to be like rares, you know? The problem is they can't be rares that are like this Sig. Steel of the Godhead. I mean, auras kind of stink. Auras kind of reek. We can come back to it. I think Curse of Chains is kind of fun. Curse of Chains also just like not great on a utility creature. I think that's okay for blue white. Like the gods are they're no. Silkbind actually plays pretty reasonably. I played so much Silkbind Fairy in Canadian Highlander. Played this card in mono white, played this card in blue white. This was really good with like Winter Orbs and Tappers. Blue black. Blue black is interesting. I feel like blue black. Maybe we should kind of figure out which are our 7s and which are the I mean, we could do, because for Lorwyn Eclipsed, it's black, red, blue, white, green, white, red, blue. Is that it? There's only the Eclipsed? There's only 4 Eclipse cards? Black, red, green, white, blue, white, blue, red? What? Green, white, blue, white. Oh, there's a black, green. Right. Okay. So black, red. No, black, red. Green, black. They're right there. I could just search Eclipsed. Okay. So if we make those the 5, like there are 7 cards for this color and then the rest. So if I see the word Eclipsed on a card, then we're going to add 7. So like we're only going to have 5 blue-black cards, which is okay. Deceit, these sweat, these nuts, mischievous sneakling, voracious tome skimmer. I can't wait to add Jelly Moose, by the way. I'm getting ahead of myself, but I cannot wait to add Jelly Moose. There's this horrid Shadow Spinner is kind of cool. When it attacks, you can draw cards equal to its power and discard that many cards. I mean, Nimris Una's Trickster. We get 2 more blue-black cards. I think having a Glenelendra Liege is kind of cool. Ghast Lord of the Fugue. Like, do we just want to make sure the lieges are in here? We could just make sure that we have the lieges. My liege. Because all the lieges are pretty cool. Yeah, let's do that. Thistle down liege. And then this Glenelendra Liege. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we get one more. I mean, I feel like we need to have Una or Sig. Sig is really cool. I like Sig a lot. Wasp Lancer, Widewind. Widewind's pretty cool, but doesn't really jive with damage not stacking anymore. I don't know. Ink Fathom Witch is kind of cool because it is really just a, you know, an actual factual blue-black card to use this ability. Una is sick because it's Una and it has that artwork. Sig is, I mean, damn, these cards are just, they kind of hit. I feel like this should be a fairy over a fish. There's going to be so many fish. I think it should be Una. Wasp Lancer's kind of boring. Why? I mean, Widewind, 4-mana 3/3 flash flyer. Maybe it should be Widewind. Widwin. The Biting Gale. I think that's better than Nimris. I think that's better than Nimris. Flash flying. Whenever you cast your first spell during each opponent's turn, look at the top two, put one of those. Yeah. Also, what happened? Is Una dead? What happened to Widwin? Any lore heads in chat? Any Vorthoses? Any Vorthussies in chat? Widwin, MTG, lore. A mysterious legendary. Little is known about her description. Okay, well, it doesn't say she's dead. I'm worried that if I look up Una, Una will be dead. Una. Lifetime, unknown. I mean, I imagine some of these characters are just dead anyways. After her defeat, Una's consciousness remained fully intact, and she created a new trio of fairies to replace the Vendilion clique, and vowed to become whole again with their help. Okay, Widewind, get in here. The Gouger. The Gouger. Boggart Curse Crafter. Chaos Spewer. When this creature enters, you may pay 2 if you don't blight 2. Okay. Wow, it looks real pig-like. Eclipsed Boggart. Shadow Urchin. You get 3 black-red cards. I mean, I'm going to add... what's its nuts? We're going to add Wart, because Wart is so cool. Oh. We're going to add the Liege. Wart. Boggart Ante. Ashenmoor Liege. The Din of the Fire Herd. Don't really want to play Grief Tyrant. Sootstoke Kindler is legit kind of cool. Oh, Spiteflame Witch, legit kind of cool. I don't want to overload the gold cards with too many 4-drops. Like Red Cap is pretty sick though, because Red Cap might be fucked up actually. Hold on. Wait, hold on. This card might be insane. I mean, I love Red Cap. I love Red Cap. Wish I could play this card more often. Stupid Cauldron Familiar. Spiteflame Witch might be goated though. Although we've already... The Liege is another elemental, so maybe adding another Goblin. Yeah, you know what? I think the coolness factor of Murderous Red Cap Just kind of pushes it over the edge. It's the kind of card where, you know, you wish that it had been reprinted in ECL. You know what I mean? I think Spite Flame Witch would have been kind of cool as well, but what are you going to do? Big Stomps, Big Steppa, Gangly Stompling, Noggle Robber, and Vibrance. Vibrance. And then we need 2 more. One of them is going to be the Liege, the Boar Tusk Liege. And I feel like we could play Giant Baiting. I know Ram Gang is a beloved card, but Giant Baiting is so funny. Not just because of the name, but that certainly helps. There's so many red-green goblins. I just don't think there's enough to make Rasheen work. Like, Giant Baiting is so sick. Making a 4/4. Making 2 4/4s. Impromptu Raid is fun. Loam Dragger Giant. I played this card in my Pauper Cube. It's like the biggest thing to exist at this point in time. Ooh, Morsel Hoarder. Cool card. Very weird art. Shout out to Anthony Waters. Runes of the Deus is pretty sick too. Scuzzback Marauders. I remember playing a lot of that. The Munge. Tattermunge Witch pretty sick too. But Giant Baiting is very funny. Also, a kind of cool card to be like, hey, there are giants in red, and they might want to play this. And, like, the giants cost a lot of mana, so you might be in green. We'll figure it out. Finally, a way to turn on Celestial Reunion. Green-white. Green-white, we got some cool cards. Eclipsed Kithkin. Figure of Fable. Thought Weft Lieutenant. Weary Farmer. And then we get 3 more green-white cards. Hip Hip Hooray. The Finks. I mean, Kitchen Finks has got to get in there. I love the Teague. Teague-Z should probably get in here too. Wiltleaf Liege. Gotta have the Finks. Reese the Redeemed. I'm a little worried about that card. This card's fucked up. The Teague is kind of fun. We do have some gold. Maybe I don't need Wide Wind. Hold on. Maybe Giant Baiting shouldn't get in here. Is it correct to make sure there isn't a green-red gold card that is like strictly green and red? That's fucked up. That's messed up. So maybe that's a knock against Widewind, is that we say we don't need a... Yeah. Okay, hold on. I'm adding Una, Queen of the Fae. She's really cool. She's... I think it's cool to showcase the themes by saying if they are an eclipsed theme, so blue white, red black, green white, black green, blue red, then they have to have some number of like gold cards. If they're not, then they can have the hybrid ones. Only hybrid. So, green white needs to have a card from this set that is actual factual gold, and that's Gaddock Teague. Also, Teague-Z just gives you another 2-drop. Kind of like Gaddock Teague. Where am I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Woodleaf Liege. Safe hold delete my goat. I'm sorry, Chillbrain. We have Finks. I don't want to put too much Persist, because Persist is kind of a menace. But like, if I'm going to have to pick between Safe Hold Elite and Kitchen Finks, I'm going to pick Finks every time. Finks is more iconic. And also just like, maybe not at the best, you know? Like not at its best anymore. Wart is in here. Wart Boggart Ante is in here. That card is so cool. And also just like kind of easy to kill now. Abigail! Abigail. Emptiness. My emptiness is killing me. Prideful feastling, I must confess. Reaping willow, reaping. Okay, here's another cool thought. Do we exclude the Strixhaven students? They're not from Lorwyn. You ain't from around here, kid. I know that they're on vacation or whatever. Jesus, this is why I don't use this chair anymore. I know they're on vacation or whatever, but like, I feel like cutting them gives it more of a Lorwyn theme. You know what I mean? It also gives me another blue-black card to play with. She can hear you. Do those kids need more trauma? You think this cube is traumatizing? Daniel, how you doing, bud? You know what? Let me slap on the old VIP. let me ban you. Actually, that's what I was going to do. How's being home again? It's good. I mean, it's good. I definitely miss waking up every morning whenever I feel like it, having a cappuccino and like a bagel or something light for breakfast. Being able to go across the entire city for like $2 and eating gelato every night. I do miss that. That part I miss. At the end of the trip, I legitimately could read Dutch if it involved food. if it involved food or directions or was like some kind of warning, I could read and go, "Oh yeah, we can't go this way. No, it's closed." And Angel would be like, "Why is it closed?" And I'd be like, "Oh, you know, and then something I couldn't read." Yeah, it's all I needed. All right, I'm gonna cut the Abigail and friends, and if Camshe's like, actually, you got to put him back, that's okay. We can do that. We can do that. We have the technology. We have the technology, Bulber. Yeah, Bubba, we've got the technology. So that's Prideful Feastling, Reaping Willow, Emptiness, and then 2 more. I mean, Black-White's a bit of an odd duck. I like the Hedge Maze. I mean, the Deathbringer Liege is one of them, so it's 1 more. Harvest Gwillion is kind of sick. Oh, Still Moon Cavalier. Actually, Unmake might be a goated include. Unmake is pretty strong. It's a nice color to also like incentivize someone to play in like a multicolor deck. Divinity of Pride, that's so many pips. So many pips. John, we just film a lot of stuff in the same day. Also, when I buy a shirt, when I buy in anything, I buy 2 of it. I'm a regular Jacob Tutu for all the Canadians in chat. If I find something I like, I get 2 of it. This is like a familial trait. It got passed down to me from my grandfather. No worries, Wheeler. Do your thing. Oh, thank you, Camshe. I mean, I'm trying to, again, you want the experience of a Lorwyn Eclipsed Cube. And these cards show up in that set, and so they might be a part of that experience. I am looking to deliver on that experience, but really hone in on the Lorwyn part, where like the marriage of some of the highlights from the older sets can work with the themes of the new set. And it lets you, you know, showcase a lot of something new and a little bit of something old. Like it's kind of enticing, you know what? It's kind of enticing. And the Strixhaven kids kind of set up for a future set rather than go back. Elf Quest set? Well, that's the UB for next year, John. I'm not telling you what the universes beyond for next year are, but Elf Quest is one of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I also don't know what Elf Quest is. I should probably mention that. Just in case anybody's watching. I don't know what Elf Quest is. Eclipsed, Flamekin, Flaring Cinder, Twin Flames, Travelers. This is the cool color. Blue-red. I've never broken an NDA. That's true. I have yet to break an NDA on stream. Ooh, Crackle Burr is so cool. We're adding Crackle Burr. Crackle Go Burr. Mind Rack Liege. Oh, we gotta have Nucklevy. We gotta have Nucklevy. Did I put in enough? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Need 2 more. Noggle Bandit's actually pretty cool. It's kind of just like an unblockable card. Friendier, that's right. I mean, Nucklevy's the goat. Actually, the Noggles are the goats. Well, they're more donkeys. Noggle Bandit. I think people will be excited to see Noggle Bandit. Inside Out is pretty good, too. Oh, Call the Skybreaker, actually. Call the Skybreaker. This card is so sick. Makes elementals. I find that 7-drops... This is a cool tip for people building cubes like this. That's right. You're going to fucking learn something. You just thought you were going to be like, hey, remember Crackle Burr? And everyone claps. You're going to learn something about design. You thought you could escape. If you're doing a cube like this, where it pulls from a newer set or a central theme of like a plane, where you are looking to have a bulk of it pull from one era. Like, let's say you're doing an Innistrad cube or whatever, right? And you want to really capture the vibe of the original Innistrad block. But you want to have cards from SOI block, or you want to have the Crimson Vow or Midnight Hunt cards. But you want to show off these new cards or have these new cards interact with some of these old cards, but you want to do it in a way that still feels like you're just playing with the old set. Go big, baby. Go big. At the end of the day, if somebody's paying like 6 or 7 mana for a card, who gives a shit what it is? If anything, it should feel closer to like, oh, I paid 6 mana. I'm going to play the card that kills you. And like, Call the Skybreaker, for instance, we're looking to capture the vibe of Lorwyn Eclipsed. You throw Call the Skybreaker in the mix, it's not showing up all the time. It's not showing up in every deck. It's not going to impact the core gameplay of 2-drops and 3-drops colliding with each other, saving your removal spells for the 4-drops and 5-drops, all that stuff. But when the card does see play, it's a moment. It's a big like, whoa, what does this do? And you're like, well, it makes a 5/5 flyer, and I'm going to do it again and again and again, etc., etc. And I think that's kind of cool. It's a great way to pepper in some big, powerful cards from the older sets, or from the sets that are not the primary focus, without drastically changing the texture of your average gameplay, of your starting couple of turns. That's when people notice it, right? Like bomb rares and whatnot, are a real pisser, especially when they change the texture of your gameplay on the first couple of turns. Because you're like, I didn't get a chance to do anything. I didn't get a chance to do this or whatever. Call the Skybreaker hits the table. Maybe you should have saved a removal spell. Maybe you shouldn't have cracked your Relic of Perchance to draw a card or whatever. You know? Yeah, Retrace is dope. Call is dope. I'm going to put in the Lorwyn 5, I think, because they're fair. They're fair and they're fun. Wasn't there is there a Planeswalker in? Oh, there's a Johnny. There's the Chaperone. Maybe that a Johnny gets in? Oh, there's an Oko too? Yeah, I mean, I forgot about the Oko. Right, Korean Oko. How could I forget Korean Oko? Okay. Yeah, we can do that. Black green. Eclipsed Elf. High Perfect Morcant. Lewin Imperfect Naturalist. Morcant's Loyalist. Stoic Grove Guide. What does this card do? That's kind of cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we need 2 more. I'm adding the Freaky Creaky, Creekwood Leech. Baby, I be creaking you. Ooh, and get a Nath in here. Nath of the Gilt Leaf. Every time I close my eyes, I wake up feeling so horny. Oh, actually, Nath, you're kind of dookie. I don't give a damn about nothing else. Tonight, I need your body. I need your body, baby. What can I say? I'm gonna add Shaman to the pack. Cool card. Represents Lorwyn. Not from Lorwyn. Rare instance of, hey, this is cool. Let's add this. Worm Harvest. We only get so many. Worm Harvest is like kind of cool with like the milling, but you'll never believe what this fucking guy does. I'm pretty sure they like worm harvest. Wouldn't you know it? They worm harvest. That guy Steve for the 30th month. Welcome back. Glad to have you. Good to see you. Thank you so much for all the support. Hope you're doing well. Long ass time. Every time I close my eyes, I wake up feeling so horny. Ooh, Catharsis. Bree of Clan Stout Arm. Catharsis. Feisty Spikeling. Hovel Hurler. Balefire Liege. We could even add more gold cards if we feel like it would really enhance the draft experience. He says just trying to figure out a way to put Brian Stoutarm into the cube. Ooh, and Double Cleave? This card fucking kills people. And Figure Destiny? Shit. There's a lot of white-red cards. What the hell? You unmuted the stream to me singing? Yeah, that sounds like your average stream. Chitinous Graspling. Your girlfriend when that singing deserves tips? Oh, stop. I did Shazam in a way. I tried to remember a song. I was at a family dinner and my mom was talking about singing to the baby, my sister's baby. And I was trying to remember a song she used to sing to us when we were kids. And Shazam didn't pull it up, but I hit that shit like a lounge singer trying to make Rent. And she was like, oh, it's this song. And I'm like, that's right. That's right. It was To Know You Is to Love You by Bobby Vinton. Damn, that plane's coming in hot. Get that Merkfiend Liege in here. Have I seen Hades Town? I saw a production of Hades Town in Vancouver. I haven't seen the Hadestown production that's in theaters right now. But Angel and I have tickets to see Hadestown in Seattle in January. And I'm adding snake form. Ooh, fish head? This card killed people dead. Holy smokes. Turn 1 Noble Hierarch, turn 2 Shore Crasher Mimic, turn 3 what's its nuts? Pancakes. Hit you for 5 into a Rafik. Baby, I'll be freaking you. Baby, I'm Rafiking you. Hey, hey, hey. Tonight, I need your body. I need your body, baby. 7, 7, 7, 7, 6. I need a blue-red card? What the frick? What the flip mode? I thought I added a... Oh, I haven't had Big Knucklevy yet. Or Inside Out. Call this guy Crackle... Wait, what? Did I not add all the blue-red cards? I must not. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2... Flaring Cinder, Eclipse, Twin Flame Travelers. Oh, I forgot old Twin Flame Travelers. How could I? How could I? Damn. This looks like a cool spread. All right. We've got the 2-color gold cards, chat. Good job, everybody. Everybody clap. Yeah, I'm excited to see it see it again. This is going to be Angel's first time seeing it. I love Hadestown. If they're showing it in theaters locally, I don't think they are, but if they are, Hadestown, Victoria, BC. They are? When? They're showing it today in 20 minutes. They're showing it Wednesday at 7. I feel like Angel, well, I should ask her. I shouldn't speak for her. But I feel like maybe seeing the production live first is gonna like really hit. Voxy. What up, Voxy? How you doing? Thank you for this raid. I hope you had a good stream. Welcome everybody. We are making a cube. We're making a Lorwyn Eclipsed Cube that also dips into non-Lorwyn Eclipsed cards. And that's cool and good, and you should and clap. And hello. I hope you had a good stream. I don't know what you did. I assume you maybe played Final Fantasy of sorts. A Final Fantasy. 115. Hmm. $115. I feel like I might need to make some cuts. Or we could go a little bit over $450. Voxy's playing Disco Elysium? Whoa. Really? This isn't me being surprised that Voxy's playing it. It's just, you gotta understand, and I'm not trying to throw too much shade to the Voxy viewers, but you understand how other people see you, right? It's just so cerebral of a game. That is a joke. I am joking. I am making a joke. All right. Let's get up to 70 white cards, shall we? And then we can work back to see if we have to trim anything. Let's add some white creatures. This card's cool. This card's cool. This card's cool. This card's cool. I mean, the creatures part of this is going to be pretty easy. Again, we're looking to really capture, unless any of these cards are rancid and just didn't do anything. A lot of the ECL cards are the easy part, right? It's like, well, these cards are fun and cool and good, and they will show up. And then we get to look at the curve and go, maybe we should have a couple more 2-drops. Maybe we should have a... Does Brigid count as Selesnya or white? White. Brigid is Selesnya. Uppercase, she's white-green in the sense of uppercase W, lowercase g. It's like Benny Wheels being white Latino. You gotta... at the beginning of my pre-combat main phase, I have a triggered ability. Okay. So this color equals this. Wait. Should we go for here? Color equals this. I feel like we want to play all these cards too, because they're monocolored and they're really cool, and I love Spectral Procession. Color equals this. I think I want to duplicate that. And then we do type creature. And that's what lands produced Latino mana, but I don't want to get canceled. Good. This type, because I don't have an answer. Hey, wait a minute. Hey, wait a minute. Is this ECL too? No, or sorry, ECC. Okay. All right, there we go. Or okay, cool cards. I mean, Gold Meadow Harrier is pretty cool. Gold Metal Stalwart. There's already effectively a Gold Metal Stalwart in this cube, right? Kinsbale Aspirant. Valley Rush Banneret's kind of sick. I like the Bannerets. Banneret gets in. Gold Metal Harrier can get in. Knight of Meadowgrain can get in. Order of the Golden Cricket can get in. Wizened Sen can get in. The Changelings are the goats. Throw in an Avian Changeling. Flock Imposter, strictly better Avian Changeling. Doesn't matter. Get that bad boy in here. Ballynock Cohort, get in here. Look at the flick of the wisp. All the cards in Lorwyn Shadowmoor Block, but it's okay. So look at it this way, Roasted Gravy. It's primarily going to be ECL. Like at the end of this, I would like to look at the cards in this set from ECL and look at the cards outside of ECL. And ideally, I'm looking at like 60% ECL, maybe even more. But basically, you are going to be drafting ECL with a little sprinkling of the other sets. Also, Camshe, I don't know if you saw it, but I had the idea of the only duplicates that we are going to be playing. For now, I could change the tune a little bit. Maybe take some ECL commons and uncommons and double up on them. We're looking at 4 copies of Changeling Wayfinder and 4 copies of Evolving Wilds. Just letting people do the damn thing. Ooh, Kithkin Billy Rider's pretty sick. Kithkin Billy Rider. Vesper Lark, also pretty sick. Kind of want... Does this work? Oh my god, it does. Wow. I'm starting to become a... I'm becoming a zoomer. I'm zooming. Mirror Entity. I'm zooming, chat. I'm zooming. Gale Powder Mage. That card's pretty cool. Meadow Boon is also pretty cool. Another champion card. The Thought Weft Trio. The Cavalier. Kinsbale Cavalier. I would like to avoid having cards that specifically refer to jobs. Archon of Justice is so sick. Changeling Hero is pretty sick too. Oh, the goat. Like, I just like it's less about the roles that they're playing and more about the creature type, right? I mean, Rebel Arc is just so cool. Revi Arc. I don't think there's enough equipment for Stonehewer Giant to see some play. The Plover Knights. We're looking to hit 42 to 46 creatures. I have way too many windows open. I put in the Kithkin Billy Rider. How many? I mean, I don't have a ton of white merfolk in here. I'd like to maybe get another one. Harpoon Sniper is kind of sick. Blood Harpoon Sniper. Kithkin Skirmisher. I mean, that card's pretty good too. 41. Job Equipment. Oh, the Schoolmaster is pretty strong. Although I think I need a 4-drop. Is there a 4-drop merfolk that we could play? Or just another 4-drop that would be kind of cool? Could do the Hillcomber Giant. When it becomes tapped, oh, this thing's cool. Veteran of the Depths. Legitimately a cool Magic card. That's 42 white creatures. So let's look to add non-creature cards. Johnny Outland Chaperone. Yeah, exactly. Adding the Convoke cards with the merfolk that care about tapping. The, like, what's it called? Healer of Currents, the one that gains life, I'm a little less sold on, but, like, the Veteran of the Depths, or even the School, the, like, 3-drop one. It's pretty exciting. Appeal to Erdu. Looking to get about 12 to 16 instants and sorceries. So 1, keep out. 2, there will be a lot of enchantments. Personify. 3, Protective Response. 4, Pyrrhic Strike. 5, Spectral Procession. 6, before I forget, River Guards Reflexes. 7. Morningtide's Light and Winnowing. I recall Winnowing being terrible. Is that true? This card just didn't do anything, right? It was just pretty bad. Like, it's in your birds deck. No, but that's... See, this is what I'm talking about. Like, it just didn't really do much in the limited environment because you and your opponent were typically picking creature types and then building around it, right? For each player, you choose a creature that player controls, and then each player sacrifices all other creatures they control that don't share a creature type with the chosen creature they control. So, if you're playing a Typal deck against a Typal deck, it does nothing. If you're playing a Typal deck and your opponent is playing a Typal deck, but they just happen to draw their, like, one card that wasn't in their thing, well, then sucks to suck. I don't know. This seems kind of not great. What about Morningtide's Light? Exile any number of target creatures. At the beginning of the next end step, return them tapped till your next turn. Prevent all... Beginning of the next end step. Exile any number of target creatures. Beginning of the next end step. Return them to play tapped. Until your next turn, prevent all damage would be dealt to you. I mean, that card's at least got some spice to it. It's got some slice. I watched that video of it's like To Catch a Predator, but it's about how hungry he is, and I keep thinking about the pizza, the slice. How about I'm thinking about having a slice. Why not give me a slice? That's 8 instants and sorceries. I'm looking to get at least 4 more. Hungry, hungry pizza for me. How about I take a slice? Wow. They sure made some bad cards, huh? Clash? Nice. Surge of Thought Weft is kind of cool. Crib Swap. I think Crib Swap... Isn't Crib Swap in this... in ECL? I'd like to put Hallowed Burial. Oh, we could do the commands. Austere command. How about giving me a slice? I can't. Oh, shit. Summon the School? Put 2... Yeah, that card's cool. Summon the School. I like Sen's Enlistment, too. White's always funny because it's a card that... Or it's a color that people associate with having a bunch of, you know... you need a bunch of cards, a bunch of creatures, because you're the creature color. And sometimes in cubes, they'll have a lower creature count for white. It's like, huh? Why? And the answer is because there are a lot of non-creature cards in white that make creatures. How about giving me a slice? Bark of Doran. Clocklin Festival. Kin. Ever Shrike's Gift. Kin Binding. Oh, wait, I can do this. Liminal Hold. Spiral into Solitude. Clocklin. Fake Rabombi for the 30th month. Welcome back. How you doing? How you been? Thank you so much for all the support. I hope you're doing well. Glad to have you. Good to see you. Looking at 5 to 10 to 14. Holy smokes. I mean, that gives us 12. Hoofprints of the Stag. Hoofprints of the Stag. Graceful Reprieve is kind of cool. Triclopian Sight. Yeah, it's got some wild art. I think I want to put it in. It's kind of cool. Oblivion Ring, get in here. Battle Mastery. I mean, this card is sick. Armored Ascension. Covenant Bliss. What if we go to 68 instead of 64? 64 Zoo Lane, anybody? Malicious Pride. That's pretty cool. Could do 65. 60 tie. What is it? 65 times 5 is 385. How about giving me a slice? No, it's not. No, it's 325. 325 plus 440. $445. 67 per? Damn. Okay, that might work. Oh, we gotta have Brigid. Let's try 67 per. I think that might be cool as heck. Neck Snap is insane. Magic the Gathering's kind of brutal in a lot of times. Like it really takes advantage of the fact that they have a bunch of zombies and a bunch of creatures that are made out of pure mana. And it's like, hey, check it out. We're beheading this thing at noon. Woo! And it's like, oh, sick. 64 Zoo Lane. Hi. Okay. Angel needs me to look at the times for Mahjong to sign up. Looks like I need to sign up for Mahjong at the subathon. What are the days of subathon? I'm so out of it. I mean, it doesn't matter what day we do it. Do you have a day you want to do it? I'd prefer not to do it like too late. Do you want to do a 2 a.m.? I would rather do late night. What day is our magic day? Our magic day. You want to do Tuesday late night? Fucking beach. Sorry, hello. Do you want to do... You have game on Tuesday. But, well, okay, but this starts at 11. Oh, that's true. You want to do that? Yeah. Tuesday at 11? Okay. Angel and I would like to mahjong, please. How about giving me a slide? I need to include one more card. I could have Shields of Velasvel. Kamigawa card names are the best. Yo, Jimbo! Too bad you ran out of lore counters there, kiddo. Kiddo. Hey, Jimbo! Did I put Triclopian's... How about I put Triclopian Sight? Yeah, let's do that. Damn, okay. Because that card has some synergies. Giving things vigilance is actually kind of sick as well, because it means that you can get in a punch and then go, I think I'll tap for a convoke card peg. Then everybody laughs. Ow! Alright. On to blue! I need merfolk and fairies and elementals. They should have gotten me to play Chris Hansen. Yes. They should have got me to play Chris Hansen, and then I know who would be perfect to cast as the pedophiles. And that's everybody that isn't me or Angel who plays Mahjong Soul. That's not true. Subterfuge. No, I don't think we're going to have the Encore cards. Stratosaur. I know who'd be perfect to play the pedophile. Pull up my Rolodex of everybody that plays Flash Hulk, please. The Dre for the 11th month. Glad to have you. Good to see you. How you doing? How you been? Oh, the clown. Pwn. What? I need fish. I need fairies. Bribery Cohort is cool as hell. The Amoeboid Changeling. Full Metal Alchemist. Shape Shara. Silver Gill. Stony Brook. The Reach. Dewdrop Spy. Actually, Pestermite's kind of cooler than Dewdrop Spy. Scion of Una. Endilian Cleek. Wake Thrasher. Glenalendra Archmage. I need some more elementals, my dear boy. Nevermaker. Hell yeah. Banger, by the way. Sower of Temptation. Muldrifter. Love Muldrifter. Your lipstick stains. Hey, Muldrifter. Aether Snipe, get in there. The thing is, all these creatures suck. Neardiv? It's a spell for your Fey Bloom Trick. Choose a non-basic land type. Each land. I mean, I want Fey Bloom Trick in here, but we'll get to there when we get to there. We'll get to there when we get to there, huh? Big snipes. Some wily selly snipes there, boys. Curse Catcher. I mean, Moth Dust Changeling seems actually kind of cool. It's just a 1-mana that does everything. I mean, I'll put in a Meeboid Changeling because everybody will laugh and clap. That's 37. Trying to get the 40. I just closed my chat window with Camshe. So now I don't know if they could be being like, what are you fucking doing? What are you doing? Oh, Razorfin Abolisher. That card's kind of cool. Sage of Fables. Actually, that card's kind of cool for the because there's some elemental wizards. Slithermuse is actually pretty cool too. Card's legitimately good. We could try loading these up because that's 40 creatures. That's within our range. And then we get to add some other stuff. Damn, that smells good. Are you making something? Because something smells real good. Noggle the Mind. Wild Unraveling. Oh, these cards are from the Commander product, right? No. Commander products, they had the 5-color deck, and then they had the counters deck. Hey, soul sister. I'm looking for 67. I mean, Broken Ambitions. Mind Spring. Familiar's Ruse. Stream of Unconsciousness. Negate. Wings of Velisvel. Ego Erasure. Fairy Trickery. Jace Bellerin. Una's Grace is a banger. Oh, what are you? Advice from the Fae? Forced Fruition is kind of hilarious. But it also might be a little busted. Fighting Tether is kind of nice. That's just a card that we don't really get. Is Cryptic Command too many pips? Nah. I'd say that Cryptic Command being so pip heavy is actually a great kind of balance for it finding a home in this cube. My favorite part about this is maybe I'm just creating a guy and this isn't a real person and I'm just shadowboxing here. But like every time I feel like I make a cube on Moxfield, there's always somebody that's really up in a tizzy. Oh, I should actually cut you and add another blue creature, I think. Drowner of Secrets. But I like to imagine it's that, you know, the image I think it's Robert. Did Crumb do it? The guy minding his own business, whistling and kind of walking down the street, and it's like normal guy, and then the other person is like, I fucking hate you, I fucking hate you. And it's me is just building a cube on a platform that I find easy to navigate and showcase on stream, and then the I fucking hate you, I fucking hate you is is the people that are frustrated that I'm taking the inefficient path when using Moxfield and Scryfall. I'm just shadowboxing is what I'm saying. Cash Raiders. Cash Me Outside. How about that? Cash Me Outside might actually be kind of cool. Puts another 5-drop in here. Okay. On to Black. My favorite website. You're not using my favorite website the way that I use it. You, this, Grub. Grubhub. I don't want the goat. This card, though, the Sinister Gnarlbark, get the fuck in here, dog. It's not how I would do it. Yeah, but you know, what you're saying is a very mature stance to make, where it's not affecting you. So why get it all turned up in a tizzy, you know what I mean? Guiltleaf Winnower. Mayara. Where'd I get my vintage style Mox shirt? The one I'm wearing right now? You can find it at Dungeon... I should hit up Dungeon Runes. Yo, dog, you want a sponsor? I'll take all the shirts. Please send me shirts. They did say nice shirt on the prof video. So who knows? Give me a code to put in. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. I mean, maybe they don't want that heat because they're putting together some stuff that, you know, might not be the most legal, but light soil. Okay, this might be a little tough. These cards suck. King Grills III, back for the full year. Hi, Wheeler. Full year woo. Been tons of fun watching the cube building. Where can I find your updated one-drop cube, by the way? 2 things. 1, thank you so much for the support. 2, good news. We are drafting the one-drop cube on twitch.tv/loadingreadyrun. Next, not this Friday, because this Friday we are playing Angel's Group Hug Cube. But the week after that, we're doing the one-drop cube. And we are going to... I'm going to be updating it. So if I have time at the end of this stream, I'd like to update it. Dusk Urchins, my beloved. But also... if I don't update it now, then maybe we make a stream out of it. I don't think it'll make a full stream. Marsh Flitter. Oh. -1/-1 counter on each creatures. Wow, that's nasty. Squeaking Pie Grub Fellows. Classic Magic the Gathering card. Fendeep Summoner is legitimately quite good. Shriekmaw. Puppeteer Clique. Bam. Warren Pilfers is pretty sick too. Oh, this is what I'm talking about. Look at this fucking card. This is one of the worst cards ever printed. Bog Hoodlums. 6 mana, 4/1 goblin, can't block. When it comes into play, you clash, and if you win, it becomes a 5/2. Like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? 38 creatures. I need 2 more creatures in black. 4s and 3s, I think. Black's a tough one to kind of balance. Mm-hmm. Remove an elf. 2/1 warrior. Skeletal changeling. Squeaking pie grub fellows. I mean, that card's not bad. There's Squeaking Pie Sneak. Squeaking Pie Sneak. Nicki Minaj. Oh, I like Corrosive Mentor too. I had an idea for a cube. I can't remember if this is something that I've already mentioned on wait, whenever creature with a 1/1 counter put a graveyard. Whoa, never mind. Necroskitter, get in here. That's a cool magic card. Forgot about that card. Probably better than Corrosive Mentor. More interesting than Corrosive Mentor. I thought about an idea for a cube here. I'm going to call it the Legendary Cube. And it's going to be a cube with only legendary creatures and only cards with artwork depicting legendary creatures. But the legendary creatures are just going to be all the most boring, like vanilla, French vanilla legends from like fucking Marvel and Avatar and Star Trek and stuff. It'll be like, whoa, the Legendary Cube. And then you open that Black Widow that's like a grizzly bear. I think that shit's hilarious. Because there's just so many of them. I wonder if I can get away with it. I think so. Choose 1 or 3 creatures in the graveyard each. Okay, that card is sick. That's the kind of card from the precons that I want to include. You know? Song Aria. Oh, this is the Monarch. Is this the Monarch? Yeah, that's the Monarch one. Counted some permanents. Okay, that one maybe not so much. I think it would make for sick Friday Night Paper Fight content. But don't tell anyone. Like, the list has to stay hidden. And they just know we're drafting the Legendary Cube. Everything's a legend. Hehehe. Bitter Blossom obviously has to get in here. Profane Command has to get in here. Nameless Inversion, banger. I like Mind Shatter's kind of fun. I feel like this card that makes a player discard their entire hand is kind of fun. Highblight Sending. Makeshift Mannequin is legit cool. Incremental Blight is iconic, but maybe not good enough now. Add you. Beseech the Queen, get in here. The Fortnite Cube. Yeah, nothing. Just nothing interesting. Pepper Smoke. I like Disturbing Plot. That card's fun. Pulling Teeth. Gross. Pour in Weirding. That card is at least interesting. Siphon Life, also kind of interesting. When it dies, you make 3. I kind of want to put this Eye Blight colors in here. That's kind of cool. Does some of the mill stuff, uses the graveyard. I think it's better than putting Gnarlroot Trapper, who might actually just be kind of messed up. Maybe Gnarlroot Trapper is a little safer to include because it's a 1/1. I think that's okay. I don't know. There are just so many of these legendary cards where I'm like, I get why they have to be legendary for the sake of like licensing and whatnot, but like, it is pretty funny that it's like, whoa, it's a legend. Oh, it just has haste. It's just Volshock Berserker. That okay. The opinion on the ban? Oh, I haven't even talked about the bans. I'm genuinely so surprised that it feels like they got it. I think, again, I don't play these formats too much. I haven't really been playing standard, mostly because I played the Badger Mold Cub decks and I played the Sleight of Hand decks, the Storm Chasers decks. Those were the two decks I played. But now I'm like, the tablet is still running around. That card seems pretty messed up. And what do you do? Elementals cast from your hand have evoke 4. Kind of want to play this card. I think it's interesting. Yeah, I don't know. It's not really my wheelhouse, some of those formats. The car had to go, obviously. No. And I'm a little surprised that nothing hit that Jeskai deck or the 3-color, 4-color control. Because now they don't have to worry about the explosive Badger Mold Cub deck either, but maybe they earned some strength in that matchup. Who knows? I mean, I know there are people that know. I don't know. It's not my job to know. And then, I don't know, there's still cards on the modern ban list that probably could have been unbanned 25 years ago that have not been unbanned, but, you know. Intimidator, Initiate, a Goblin, Ashling, the Banneret. This thing is fucked up. Mud Brawler Cohort. Smoke Braider. Smoke. The Crusher. Crusher is so funny. Maybe it gets in because it's funny. Innerflame Acolyte is Deece. Soulstoke is Deece. The George. Taurine Mauler. Changeling Berserker. Lightning Crafter's kind of fucked up. Tar Pitcher is kind of cool. Glare Wielder, kind of cool. Fury Stoke Giant, kind of cool. Or Sorcerer. Thundercloud Shaman. That card's dope. Village Pillagers. When it enters, deals 1 damage to each creature your opponent's control. Whenever a creature your opponent controls with the counter on it dies, make a tap treasure. That card's pretty sick. It's also a big goblin. Spending G's. I think I already included it. Thunderblast. Spite Bellows. Sunrise Sovereign. Hamlet Back Goliath. This one's a banger. 43. I can have a couple more creatures. I kind of want more giants in here. Giants. Especially because the gold cards in red, we have some giants, but we don't have a ton of giants. I mean, Borderland Behemoth can just fucking kill someone. I always liked this card, the Impelled Giant. 6 mana, 3/3 Trampler. Tap an untap red creature you control other than Impelled Giant. Gets +X/+0 until end of turn. Oh, guess who's going to be playing some... I'll put in Thunderblast because he's cool, maybe. Outrage Shaman. Guess who's going to be playing some amount of Dark Souls, but I won't tell you what kind. On the subathon, it's your boy. They're doing it. They're finally letting me play a Dark Souls again. Oh, I need to play Goat Napper. Surge. Yep, that's right. Surge is playing it. I can't tell you how or why, because you'll just have to wait, but I think it'll be fun and cool and good. Meek Attack. Meek Attack didn't really do much in this environment, right? I don't know. Camshe, are you here? Meek Attack to me feels like the kind of card that's at Mythic because they're like, this is a cool design that we can fit thematically to this like set, but just doesn't actually play out. Oh, I could have put in Ashling. Actually, that is a cool ad. And Goat Nap is a cool ad as well. Surge is the premier Dark Souls pilot of the format. Tarfire. Release the ants. I really want to avoid having clash cards. Puncture Volt. Clash kind of sucks. You're feeding the cats? That's okay. I was just asking about Meek Attack not currently being in the cube because it just I know why Meek Attack is in Lorwyn Eclipsed, right? Because somebody had a sick idea and it would fit, but it's not particularly cool. Like it doesn't do much for the file. My biggest excitement with Meek Attack is Toph Modular. That's pretty cool. Content creation is so funny because like and this isn't me coming from a position of jealousy or anything, just so we're clear. It's going to sound like it, but like if you looked at how many hours every individual like involved in Souls has put into if you looked at the individual hours that members of Loading Ready Run have put into Souls games, number 1 would be me, number 2 would be Graham, and then like number 3 would likely be Adam. But the way that content creation works means that somebody like if Adam is their Blorpo or whatever the fuck the term is, then they're like, well, Adam is the Souls guy. And it's like, have you talked to Graham? He won't shut the hell up about Elden Ring. Have you talked to me? I won't shut the hell up about Demon's Souls. It's just kind of funny how it works out that way, you know? Make a equal number apart. Nope. This card, I think, is kind of cool. Jubilation, such an aggravation. We have not talked to him. We're a scrolling chat box. I don't know. Some of you have been to the Magic Cons and run into us and said, like, are you looking forward to playing Elden Ring? And we go, yes. Yes. A balloon tender. Leaf Gilder. Farhaven Elf, Fertilid. Imperious Perfect. This card's kind of cool. Oh, Vince McMahon, get in there. Briarhorn, get in there. Immaculate Magistrate. Masked Admirers. Build a Better Elder. Jello Moose. Changeling Titan. Jello Moose. I mean, Woodfall Primus is iconic. Walker of the Grove is kind of sick. I need some more cheap creatures. I'll play some of these cards. I added all the green. Is there really not that many 1-drops? What are the 2-drops like? I got all you. Maybe Juvenile Gloom Widow. Card's pretty cool. Wolf Skull Shaman. Friends Run Vanquisher. Oh, the Battle Wand Oak is pretty cool too. Jukebox Hero. Kithkin Mourncaller. Pretty good. Spawn Wraith. Winnower Patrol. Cloud Crown is pretty sick. Oh, this is gonna have. There's gonna be some, right? Dwynen. Wynen and Dwynen. Wren's Run Hydra. That card's really strong, but also kind of sick with it. But also, is this the kind of card that you want to play around? You don't know it exists. I mean, maybe that's part of the appeal. Could also put in Glimmer Baron. Not a huge amount of tokens. I mean, yeah. That's fine. We'll have to see what the non-creatures give us. Green's tough. Green's a tough card. What the heck? What the heck? Vivid Create 5/5 single number. Ooh, I mean that card's a banger. That's a fun one to add. Or creature. That feels like a no-go. Springly Parade is kind of sick. Spry and Mighty. Full Metal Alchemist. We don't actually need that many. I mean, Tower Above. Yeah, you can keep retracing over and over and over again. It is sick. Garruk. Wild Speaker. Primal. I feel like Sapling Nursery. Kind of. Do we need a Changeling Titan? Actually, I want to get rid of Jubilation because I feel like Jubilation's a card where people aren't really enthused. I feel like this is just the setup, eh? Do we need a Deglammer? No, we have Wickerbow Elder. I don't know if we need Lignify. Lignify is sick. So maybe we add Lignify. We kind of look at the type. 49 creatures. And some of these make creatures too. Cream of the Crop isn't in there, but we can put it. I like Cream of the Crop. Cream of the Crop. I don't really like Celestial Reunion. Cream of the Crop is a fun Magic card to play with. It's a card that is cool because it doesn't trigger off tokens or non-tokens. it's a card that is pretty good with Evoke. It's also just kind of a cool card to be like, well, hey, what does this do? And you read and you're like, whoa, I want to play this card. Then you do, and then you're happy. And then I'm happy, babe. Indestructible. Just trying to make sure we don't have too many. Probably don't need the Harbinger. That's fine, because we added more 1-drops anyways. Yeah, I think that's fine. This cube's looking pretty fucking dope. I'm not gonna lie. It's very weird to be, I mean, Magic does, the timeline of Magic doesn't matter, and the beauty of Cube is, doesn't matter that ECL came out like at the beginning of the year, which is also a thing to think about. But it's just like, it's a weird feeling to be like, damn, I'm excited for Lorwyn. I mean, I sure as hell I'm not excited for Star Trek. It's not my jam, but like, this cube looks dope. All right, let me see, because, okay. So this, I think this is the cube. We're at 450 cards. This is the big test. This is the big test. I want to see. Okay. Oh, this is gonna, sorry, this is slightly distorted. Let me do some quick napkin math here. 23 or 237 plus 8 is going to be 245. Plus 5 is 250. Plus, I don't know, do we want to say roughly 5? Because there are some cards. How do we, who's a Scryfall wizard? Can I do set ECL is reprint? Oh, I can't. Oh, it's so many more than 5. Oh, maybe we should include some of these cards. Goatnap is in there. I mean, a lot of these cards were already in there. Hold on. Let me make some tweaks. Let me make some tweaks. Let me make some tweaks. If I do color and type. Sort by color. I think we can do this. Cut you. Temporal. Some of these we already have. Add temporal cleansing. Because Advice from the Face sucks butt. It is not a fun card to play with. And I would rather add these cards that are... Like, we can just say, like, yeah, we don't need to Beseech the Queen. Because Beseech the Queen, cutting down on the amount of tutors that are just like tutors. Kind of boring. Spectral Procession is fun. I already have Nameless Inversion. Thankfully, a lot of these cards are reprints. But Blossoming Defense is kind of cool. Oh, and a bulk of these are lands. Okay, yeah. We already have the Bloom Tender. I mean, Tower Above is sick. Like, Tower Above is just fun. So I want to play Tower Above. Blossoming Defense is interesting. I feel like... Is there a world where we can trim... We can trim some of these artifacts? Add 1 per? I don't need to add 1 per. I just need to find a green card that I'm okay cutting. Definitely not Jello Moose. Chomping Changeling. Oh, we don't need the Changeling Titan. We got some big fuckers. So that trades for that. Blue's done, green's done. I think that's it. The only card that we don't currently have that we could have is Spell Snare. Drafters, how important is Spell Snare to this limited environment? Ooh, never mind. Answered it already. I had an issue with this card anyways, and now I don't. Great. Okay. We did it. So now, if I do this, we're at 237 plus 8, which puts me at 245 plus, where'd you go? 245, 6, 7, 8, 9, 250, 260, 270, 280, 290. Wait, hold on. I just fucking mucked myself because yeah, 245. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 250, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 255, plus the 5 here, 260, 261, plus 4, so 265. 185 divided by 450. Okay. Camshe, you are ultimately the only person whose opinion matters here, because this is your cube. You paid for this. I want you to have something that you can be excited about, that you can look forward to. And judging by what you're saying, which is I'm so happy, looks like we're in the right area. But right now, this puts us at 60% of the cube is Lorwyn Eclipsed, and 40% of the cube is... no, actually, it's more than that. I mean, it's like 61% and 61% Lorwyn Eclipsed, 39% not Lorwyn Eclipsed. Which means that a majority of the cards drafted are going to be ECL. And means that even in a chance where you are drafting 360 out of 450, and just by the randomization, some number of that 61% is like a disproportionate amount of it is not in the 360 being drafted, it'll still have a majority presence. Right? Because like... I mean, I can run the numbers on this, I guess, but I feel like this is, I am happy with this. From I had a goal, I wanted to, obviously deliver. This feels like something that I would be excited to draft. And I feel like this covers it. Designed for Camshe. Oh, not that one. Yeah, this looks pretty great. We have 450 cards here. 61% of this cube is Lorwyn Eclipsed. We have a bit of a mix, obviously. 39% of it are going to be cards from Shadowmoor and Lorwyn Block, and a smattering of some sets where the setting is Lorwyn. So like there are a couple of Magic Origins cards in here. We have 67 of each mono color. We have 60 of the multicolored, with 5 copies of the multicolored cards, or multicolor colors, the color pairing, if you will. 5 copies of the color pairings that aren't eclipsed. 7 copies of the color pairings that are eclipsed. The only multiples that we have, it is all singleton except for 4 copies of Evolving Wilds, found in ECL, and 4 copies of Changeling Wayfinder, found in ECL, to smooth out the experience. The only cards not found in these Lorwyn blocks are going to be the other 5 Shocklands to fill out the entire block. And if that doesn't work for you, Camshe, we can figure out something else. We can figure out a compromise for that. But I think it's pretty good. I would be excited to draft this cube. Let me look at the curve. That's the kind of curve you're looking for. Got a bunch of 2s, 3s, and then we go 76, to 51 to 21. Okay, cool. Let me give you this. And then let me also give you the Cube Cobra link. Create a new cube. Benjamin Wheeler's new cube. Lorwyn Eclipsed Cube. Changeling Wayfinder. Please include one card in the cube. Do I have to? Do I have to include a card in the cube? Add cards. Unrecognized cards. Okay. Cancel import. Nope. Export. Copy plain text. Oh, actually, I could do... I update to cheapest. It's probably going to update to very basic versions, which means that if I export, say copy from Modo, then import this, and go paste, and this should be okay. You'll take all these, 450 cards imported. That sounds good. That sounds good to me. Lorwyn Eclipsed Cube. The Changeling Wayfinder. Hell yeah. Yeah, this cube looks dope. I'll let you know if we end up drafting it on Friday Night Paper Fight as well. Because I could see us doing this. You know, that might be kind of a fun thing to do at the end of a year. Is like for Cubesmiths. Oh! I just had a fucking Jimmy Neutron brain blast. Cubesmiths idea. End of the year, we do a cube draft for every in-universe set that came out. That's kind of sick. Like you could do a Strixhaven cube. You could do, I mean, the Reality Fracture / Future Sight cube would be kind of funny. Okay. Man's got ideas. Man has got ideas. Let me give this to you, Camshe. Also, please note on Cube Cobra, some of the hybrid cards and whatnot, some of the cards that may have been logged under one color instead of another, it's going to be all fucky. Like it puts Sig, Wanderwine, Wisdom under blue-white when you could just play this card in a blue, mono-blue deck or a blue X deck. Yeah, Reality Fracture Cube with planar chaos cards. Kind of a fun idea. Murph, did I get you for the 63rd month? Welcome back. Glad to have you. Good to see you. How you doing? How you been? Thank you so much. Great. Well, I hope you're happy. I hope you're happy. Yeah, that's the change. Or the change. That's the cube there. I guess we could use this as a plug. Sure, why not? I am going to be updating the Patreon. That's the thing that I have planned for later this week, because right now I've been saying I was going to do it and I haven't found time to do it, but I would like to do it because I need to, you know, have it reflect what I can actually do with my change in responsibilities and all that jazz. But the whole custom cube and the stream and the sponsor doing the little stream where I build the cube and show it off and explain some sick cube tech, so maybe you can think about doing it yourself, but if you don't want to, you can get your boy to do it. That's kind of cool thing to broadcast. So I hope you enjoy, Camshe. I hope you have fun with this cube. Let me know how it goes. Let me know if there are any cards where you're like, we played this and it sucks, or I wish that this was a thing, or you want to make a change, because you know, we can always make changes. But I hope you enjoy. Travis approved for the 7th month. Welcome back. Glad to have you. Good to see you. Thank you so much for all the support. But now we got here's a little bonus cube building or cube brewing. Because I am going to be playing the 1-drop cube. We're going to be playing the 1-drop cube on camera, on stream even. Thank you for having me. It's great to be here. Well, thank you for being here. It's great to have you. How do I export? Just give me the Modo text. I feel like this is not going to export properly. We're playing Wheeler's 1-drops on stream, not this Friday, but the Friday after that. My 1-drop cube. Wheeler's 1-drops cube. We're playing the Wheeler's 1-drops. And I want to make some updates to the list. Because it hasn't been updated in a hot second. This says Bloomborough, but that's because the Mox field is lying to you. I want to go over the 1-drops that have been printed. I guess I can duplicate this. Probably don't need this. I want to go over the 1-drops that have been printed since, I think TDM was the last set. Dragon Sniper's in here. I don't think I updated it for Final Fantasy. Okay, so how do I, let's see, we could do for 1-drops. Year 2026 is first printing. Legal vintage. I want to do year 2025 as well. But then I want to minus what came out in 2025. Edge, obviously. 2025. 2025 MTG sets. Like, I'm trying to think of what I would have already put out or updated for. Because obviously TDM. Was TDM the first set? Aether Drift. So we could do minus set. Aether Drift minus set TDM. Okay. Okay. One other thing I would like to do is I want to look into maybe removing all the cards that have X in their mana value. Like Big Mike is in here. If I can remove all the cards with X in their mana value, then we can truly be a 1-drop cube. I think that would be kind of cool. I like 1-drops that have some additional support in terms of scaling, but I would prefer to maybe just say like, hey, X, you're out of here. I just like the idea of looking over in the top right corner and you just see a pip and that's it. Spree cards is maybe, like, I have a couple of spree cards. I think they might be okay. Some of the X cards do provide some interesting utility, though. Like killing bigger cards. But I don't think that's an issue. This cube has Swords to Plowshares and whatnot. Maybe removing the X cards is a little tough because a lot of the X cards are also, like, that's part of green's identity. You know? I don't know. How are we feeling about X cards? Like, I kind of like the idea of every card in this cube is countered by Chalice of the Void on 1. I think that's neat. Let's trim some of these X's. I'm gonna get rid of Macias the Lunarch, Big Mike. And now I want to get a 1-drop. Isn't it DFT? You're right. Yeah, because Basher's in here. I always forgot that AER is Aether Revolt. Is there any creature in white that scales kind of nicely? There are definitely cards in here that scale kind of nicely. I mean, Leonardo's a given. I'm going to include this Leonardo card. Could include Nick Fury or a Wooburg. Leonardo. Leader in blue. Yeah, nothing from Aether Revolt can be in here. I'm kind of skipping around because I just want to hit all these X spells. Now, in blue, is it Ingenious Prodigy and Repeal? Fraudo? I'm not putting Bruce Banner. This is a Magic card that I've thought about including in this. I'm not playing Bruce Banner. I think this card is kind of fucked up. I think this card might be a little... the fact that you can play it for this is a little... Ingenious Prodigy. It's time for Grand to hit the scene. Kid Loki is pretty cool. Ah, the most decrepit old bird? That's kind of like Ingenious Prodigy, right? Stature's another card that I want to play. Stature actually is a great stature size shifter. That's a great one. Oh, March of Swirling Mists and Repeal. Watery Grasp. Okay, so March of Swirling Mists and Repeal. Some kind of board manipulation. Some of these cards are going to get in. Like, I didn't add Most Decrepit Old Bird, but don't worry, we're adding Most Decrepit Old Bird. Is there no... Remove all counters, tap the creature, loses all abilities, becomes a mana dork. Yeah, Harmonized Trio is kind of cool. I guess I want something that is Repeal or March adjacent. Like Repeal and March, they look to remove things out of the way. Sleep Magic's pretty powerful. This card's also pretty good. I'm definitely adding the Lab Ship. Watery Grasp is pretty fun too, because it gives you an additional cost that you can pay into, but it already needs to be tapped. I think Sleep Magic is getting in here. And then, oh, and there's a fucking Mockingbird. Oh! And a Prosperity. Oh! And a Repeal. I mean, I think that's okay. Repeal, Mockingbird. Most Decrepit Old Bird. I like Kid Loki too. Kid Loki. Oh, Boomerang Basics is insane. Onto black. I mean, we don't need to make a ton of changes, but it's kind of cool to take some cards and update them, you know? Dark Salvation getting gutted. Erebos' Intervention, fucked up Magic card, frankly. Killing Wave. What? I was told I need to put in Dream Beavers. Dissection Practice is kind of messed up. Moon Shadow. Yeah, Cecil's pretty good. Expel. This card is so funny. Because Array is dead with Kicker to bring it back into play. You're only ever bringing back a 1-drop. But like instant speed can kind of fuck people up. Tap an untapped creature, return this card to play tapped. Purple Pentapus. I'll come back to you. Yeah, I guess hold on, let me do this. Updating Wheeler's 1-drops. Hilder Blade. Dawnhand Dissident that's so much text. Surveil, exile, card, cast creature spells from. When you make cube sets, do you do 3-2-1 for rarity or keep it singleton? I mostly like singleton cubes. This may shock you, but Benny Wheels likes to play singleton. I think singleton's pretty sick. Shivan Devastator, release the gremlins. Lunar Frenzy, illuminate the enemy. Fear fire foes. Bing bang boom. This says Guardian Inspiration is kind of sick. Oh, Cinder Strike is. I think this card's kind of interesting. Fire Magic. Tiered spells get the pass. Oh, maybe Firebending Lesson is better. Target creature can't block this turn. And if the spell is kicked, you gain control of the creature until end of turn. Tap it. It gains haste. Holy shit. Redirect Lightning. 5 life. Thunder Magic. Tidings of War. No, I'm good. You do? Turn creature trample. What? I think Quicksilver is just going to be a bit of a pisser. Like, it's just not going to do anything that you want it to do. Fire Nation Cadets is kind of funny. But then I don't want to put in too many lessons. As Guardian Inspiration. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, 4 mana is spent to cast to put a 1/1 counter on us. I could come in handy with Kicker and whatnot. Firebending Lesson. Rust Harvester. Hey everybody, Rust Harvester here. And you're watching Disney. Whenever you attack with 2 or more spiders. No, I'm good. Green is going to be the tough one. But I think green has a bunch of cards that scale pretty well. Like even without X. The Troop. Haldir. Gold Vein. Jade Light. Nyxborn. Termagant. Ends run. This could also just be a trial run, right? Cactuar? Cactua? Cactua. Brood Ship. Additional land. Oh, this Grand Pulse Ochu I'm pretty excited about. And also this nasty little rabbit. Love the nasty little rabbit. The Chocobo. Ooh, Serpent Specialist. Tifa's Limit Break. Virulent Emissary. Is the Might still valid? Yes. I believe so. Borea, welcome back for the 83rd month. How you doing? How you been? I see we're doing the Cube player's favorite activity, updating the Cube. Followed after buying new cards for the Cube, followed by Cube posting, followed in fourth by playing their Cube. People play Cubes? What the fuck? Why would you play a Cube? Oh, I kind of like go nuts. Comes tapped, and that target creature control gets +6. That's kind of cool. Most Symbic Might. I don't build decks. I think Cactuar is probably fine. You draw a card and you target something. Melt Strider's Resolve seems sick. Put a hero. Oh, this Chocobo should probably see play, right? Saz's Chocobo. The Trudge, unfortunately, has X in the mana cost. Shaking my head. Ooh, we do have some new... I mean, Figure of Fable has got to get in here. Did I get a good... No, we didn't. I was going to say, do we finally get a good Boros card? A Boros hybrid card? And the answer is no. That's okay. Rhino's Rampage is kind of sick. It's better than Fossil Find. Yeah, the Emissary is a banger. Birchlore Rangers. Granger Guildmage. Is that called Glint Strider's? Glint Strider's Revenge. Melt Strider's Resolve. You know, I was close. What is that called? Rectal Agony? Oh, I added that Optimistic Scavenger. Yeah. Okay. Tyvar Stand, you sneaky bastard. Get out of there. How to nitwit like you. Oh, an Ochre Jelly. Get out. I mean, we're kind of just swapping some stuff. Storm Chaser's Talent. Card's already in the Cube. Yeah, that card's pretty good. Ooh, I kind of want to put in Peter Parker's Camera. I mean, now we're just... Because there's no X spells in Colourless. But now we could just be updating this Cube. The Boomerang's kind of fun. Skateboard's kind of cool. All right, let's make some let's make some updates. Some updates beyond this. Bofer gets in here because one, haha funny, but two, haha haha funny. Bofer Reliable Guardian. I'm basically just looking for cards that are sick, right? That give you more options. Like you could play a 1-drop, but you could play more than a 1-drop. How much pixie? There's no pixie in this. Yes, Aboria, how can I help? I mean, I could do color. This is going to be one of these instances where now I want to add this to the cube. Or now I want to update Cube Cobra and then take a gander. Like, I'm trying to make it, for people that are unfamiliar with this cube, I'm trying to make it so that technically everything costs 1 mana. But there are some, like, pretty cool cards here that cost more than 1 mana. Effectively. Like, they have, like, Adventure, or they have Kicker, or they have Offspring. You know? Helping Hand. Homestead Courage. And fuck Hunted Witness. Watching the news Tap Tap Concede remind me and made me want to play one of my old favorite Type 2 decks, Blue-White Opalescence Replenish. Aren't having another name, but all the info is just called Replenish. No, it had a funny name. I feel like I just remember it being called Replenish. I mostly remember it as Replenish. Like, are we talking about like Opalescence Replenish Parallax Wave? Or are we including like decks with Pandemonium and stuff? You know what? I'm gonna pull in the big guns here. I'm gonna send Robin Sorensen a message. Do you remember if Blue-White Replenish had any nicknames like the old Type 2 lists? We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. We'll fucking figure it out. Oh god, I gotta end the stream. You know what? I'm probably gonna do more of these edits on this deck later, but for now we're good. I didn't realize how late it was. Well, I gotta get to Highlander. Thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. We're gonna do the. I'm glad everybody could watch the thing, and when we made the Lorwyn Cube, and Camshe was happy, and I'm happy, and Mulder's asleep. I gotta go. I will not be streaming tomorrow. Tomorrow is usually when I do the bonus stream. I have to record with Shivam tomorrow, so we're doing some recordings for that. But tune into. I'll be doing Is This Your Card, where we're playing Base Neo, so watch that. There's a YouTube channel where you can watch some stuff. There's a free Discord, and you can give me money over here. Let me drop you kids off somewhere. Surely someone's got to be streaming. Oh, it's there's a Crossing the Streams. I'm dropping you off for Dune Crawl on Crossing the Streams. And then I'll see y'all tomorrow on Is This Your Card? And if not tomorrow, on Wednesday. Okay, bye.